right, good evening, everybody. My name is Cynthia. I am the Director of Parks and Recreation here for the City of Rialto. On behalf of the Rialto Parks and Rec Department, I am thrilled to welcome you to the 2024 Rialto Sports Hall of Fame induction. This evening, we'll be celebrating athletic excellence, community spirit, and the incredible achievements of our honorees. We are so glad to have you all here tonight to share this special occasion with us. But before we get started, I'd like to take the time to say a heartfelt thank you to my team. Raylan Frost led the adventure here for tonight's look. I hope you enjoy it. And the rest of my team, portions of my team, because they're not all here, are spread out through the sides of the building. So if you guys will wave to them and let them know who you are. Now, it's my honor to introduce someone who truly embodies the spirit of perseverance and community impact. Our Master of Ceremony this evening is a Rialto native, Hall of Fame inductee, professional boxer, entrepreneur, and the founder and CEO of NSG Impact. With his never stop grinding mindset, he created this nonprofit organization to provide free resources and programs right here in the community that he was raised in. Please give a warm welcome to Darius Harris, CEO of NSG.
Thank you, everybody. How's everybody doing? Let's give a round of applause for all the inductees today. All right, we're going to get started. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Rialto Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. I am honored to be here today as your Master of Ceremony. As someone who has walked the same path as the incredible individuals we are celebrating, it is a privilege to be here on this special occasion. The Rialto Sports Hall of Fame is more than just a ceremony. It is a celebration of our city's rich athletic heritage and the remarkable people who have contributed to it. Since its inception, this Hall of Fame has been dedicated to honoring Rialto's finest athletes, preserving their legacies, and reflecting the core values that make our city great. Tonight, we come together not only to recognize these outstanding individuals, but to celebrate their dedication, honesty, valor, reverence, and exceptionalism. These are values that each inductee embodies, and their contributions have left an indelible mark on our community. All right, now to begin tonight's program, I would like to invite everybody to stand up for the presentation of colors by the San Bernardino Young Marines. Please remain standing for the flag salute, which will be led by Raylene, a sports and recreation programmer, followed by the national anthem performed by Angela Perez, a former Parks and Rec staff member.
Okay, if you guys can please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's give him another round of applause. Thank you, San Bernardino Young Marines, Raylene and Angela, for that inspiring start to our evening. So before we continue with our program, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge some very special guests who have joined us this evening. Their leadership and commitment to our community have been instrumental in making events like this possible. Please join me in welcoming the dignitaries here tonight. First, we have the Honorable Joe Baca Sr. Let's clap it up for him. Next, we have the Honorable City Clerk, Miss Barbara McGee. Let's clap it up for her. Does anybody know if the mayor is the mayor here? She's not in, okay. Okay, well, last but certainly not least, we are honored to have the Honorable San Bernardino County 5th District Supervisor, my Rialto native, my brother, Joe Baca Jr. Let's clap it up for him, clap it up. From the Parks and Recreation Commission, it is my pleasure to introduce Commissioner Jan Morrison. Once again, let's give all our dignitaries a warm round of applause for their continued dedication to our community. So for this part of the evening, I wanted to do something a little different that's off script, so I hope I don't get in trouble. So I want to give a little background about the Hall of Fame, but the person that invented the Rialto Hall of Fame is here today, and it is none other than my brother, Supervisor Joe Baca Jr. I would like for him to come up here and share a few words about the background of the Rialto Sports Hall of Fame. If you don't mind, that is.
Good evening, good evening. It's great to be here in the city of Rialto. Come on, make some noise, Rialto. I can't hear you. Very proud to be in Rialto. You know, as Darius mentioned, I'm a native of Rialto, was raised here, lived here since I was 5. And one of the great things about the Hall of Fame is we started it because it was important that we recognize individuals that came from our community. So me as a Rialto native, I got to hear about some of these legends. I got to witness some of these legends, and I even got to see some of these legends happen after I was coaching and everything. So it's great to see people come through the community and develop pride. And I actually was inspired by the city of Colton. City of Colton had their first Hall of Fame, but no disrespect to Colton, but Rialto's got better athletes and better coaches right here in Rialto, absolutely. And we started this, and it's been in inception since 2007. I have not missed a Hall of Fame since 2007. I've been here every year since 2007. The only year that they did not have a Hall of Fame is when COVID hit in 2020. Was the only year they did not have an induction. But I'm very, very proud to be a Rialto native, and for me, it's very personal here as a product of Rialto. I actually played here in the Johnson Center, as some of you may have, and we look at the improvements that have been done here in the Johnson Center. It's very exciting. But I'm very excited for the honorees tonight, and I just want to acknowledge all of them and just congratulate them personally. I want to congratulate Samantha Middleborn for doing great things as a volleyball player. Just congratulations, Samantha. Congratulations. And the other honoree is Kenny Clark Jr., who is playing with the Green Bay Packers. And one of the things I respect about Kenny is Kenny takes the time to come back to the community. He's here all the time. He does camps. He makes appearances. He's here in Rialto. He is Rialto. And I remember when there was an incident that happened at one of his home schools, he was there for the community. So that's one thing that's important about Kenny Clark. Let's give it up for Kenny Clark, doing great things in the NFL. And the other is Coach Powell from Eisenhower. I was at Eisenhower when Coach Powell was coaching. He saw me run once. He says, "No, thank you. I am not going to have you run for our program. We'll find someone else." But no, we had great athletes at Eisenhower, and I know that, one of my favorites from Eisenhower, I know that he coached, was David Lang, who's actually in our first class. David Lang won a championship with the Dallas Cowboys in 1995. He played for the LA Rams. I know Coach Powell had a lot to do with the inspiration of that student, and I remember him spending a lot of time with David and working with David personally. And that means something as a coach. When a coach can put in that kind of time, that's very, very personal. So let's give it up for Coach Powell. Give it up for Coach Powell. Doing great things. And the last one that was nominated, Darren Espinoza. And for me, this one's very, very personal because me and Darren actually were college mates. We played baseball together at Valley College. We were also rivals. I was at Cal State San Bernardino. He was at the University of Redlands. And later, we became teaching colleagues. We became coaching colleagues. We both coached at Rialto High School. I actually coached his son, Brandon. Very, very proud of that. But one of the things about Darren is very, very passionate about what he does. He didn't do coaching for the money. He did it because he loved the kids. And I know he had experience coaching at Redlands East Valley, coaching at Citrus Valley, and Rialto High School. And of all those kids, I know he loves the Rialto kids the most because you know what? Our Rialto kids were tough, resilient. And Darren, he's one of the most passionate coaches that I ever know. And I'm very, very proud to call him my friend. And not just because of his coaching. He has even ties with my father. His cousins, Rick and Harry, actually played softball with my father back in the 70s and 80s. So that history goes back. So for Darren, it's very, very personal because of our friendship. So on behalf of the County of San Bernardino, I want to wish all the honorees congratulations, but also my good friend Darren Espinoza, congratulations.
We have one more dignitary that just walked in. Could everybody please give a warm welcome for Mayor Deborah Robertson. Mayor, can you raise your hand so I can? How you doing? All right. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us this evening as we celebrate the exceptional individuals who have earned their place in the Rialto Sports Hall of Fame. Before we proceed with the inductions, it is my pleasure to invite the Rialto Community Center Polynesian Dance Team to the stage for a special performance. Let's give them a warm welcome.
This here is our 4 years old to 11? How old are you? 9. 4 years old to 9-year-old group, okay? They will be dancing. Their first number they're going to be doing for you is Kahuliaku. This is the first time this group is performing, so please give them a round of applause, okay? First song they'll be doing for you is called Kahuliaku.
Ooh.
Okay, this next number that the big older girls are going to dance is called Hawaiian Roller Coaster Ride from the movie Lilo and Stitch.
There's no place I'd rather be.
Down the surfboard out at sea.
Lingering in the ocean blue.
And if I had one wish come true,
I'd surf till the sun sets beyond the horizon.
I'll be Mickey, my lordy, lordy, loving like Papa and Uncle.
Flying by on the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Ah, Biki Biki, my rohi rohi.
Loving like Papa and Uncle.
Bihin na la 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 la.
Oka moana anu,
La la la, ita la hana hana.
take that home and eat koyoe.
Hede hede, my tato, eh.
Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
There's no place I'd rather be.
Down the seashore, drive like free.
On golden sand is where I live.
And if I only had my way,
I'd live till the sun sets beyond the horizon.
la la la, ika la hana hana, take that home and eat koyoe.
It's time to try the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Hang loose, hang thin, hop, shake a shaka.
No worry, no pain, no big problem. Coming in, coming up, coming back, coming out. Backside, backside, with the 45.
Let's get the jump, the surf's up, pump it, coasting with the motion of the ocean. Whirlpool swirling, cascading, whirling.
Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
There's no place I'd rather be.
Down the surfboard out at sea.
Lingering in the ocean blue.
And if I had one wish come true,
I'd surf till the sun sets beyond the horizon.
I'll be Mickey, my lordy, lordy, loving like Papa and Uncle.
Flying by on the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Ah, Biki Biki, my rohi rohi.
Loving like Papa and Uncle.
Bihin na la 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 la.
Oka moana anu,
La la la, ita la hana hana.
take that home and eat koyoe.
Hede hede, my tato, eh.
Hawaiian roller coaster ride.
All right, now we brought the little girls back out, and they're gonna do Kaholo Hula for you.
Smile on your face, hands on your waist, bend your knees and sway like the coconut trees. Kaholo hula with me. Kaholo, kaholo hula, kaholo, kaholo hula. Smile on your face, hands on your waist, bend your knees and sway like the coconut trees. Kaholo hula with me. Kaholo, kaholo hula, kaholo, kaholo hula. Smile on your face, hands on your waist, bend your knees and sway like the coconut
All right, here's our last song for this segment. The next song they're going to be dancing is Pineapple Princess. We truly hope you enjoyed the show.
Pineapple princess, he calls me pineapple princess all day as he plays ukulele on the hill above the bay. Pineapple princess, I love you, you're the sweetest girl I've seen. Someday we're gonna marry and you'll be my pineapple queen. I saw a boy on a wahoo isle floating down the bay on a crocodile. He waved at me and he swam ashore, and I knew he'd be mine forevermore. Pineapple princess, he calls me pineapple princess all day as he plays ukulele on the hill above the bay. Pineapple princess, I love you, you're the sweetest girl I've seen. Someday we're gonna marry and you'll be my pineapple queen. He sings his song from banana trees. He even sings to me on his water skis. We went skin diving and beneath the blue, he sang and played his ukulele too. Pineapple princess, I love you, you're the sweetest girl I've seen. Someday we're gonna marry and you'll be my pineapple queen. We'll settle down in a bamboo hut, and he will be my own little coconut. Then we'll be beachcombing royalty on Wiki Wiki Wacky Waikiki. Pineapple princess, he calls me pineapple princess all day as he plays his ukulele on the hill above the bay. Pineapple princess, I love you, you're the sweetest girl I've seen. Someday we're gonna marry and you'll be my pineapple queen.
Let's clap it up for him one more time. Thank you to the Polynesian dance class for that beautiful performance. All right, who's ready for the main event, the inductees? Come on, make some noise, make some noise. It's a celebration. All right, so before we move on to the inductees, I would like to call up Maria Flores. She is going to be reading the bios. So Maria, let's clap it up for everybody.
Samantha Middleborn, born in November 10, 1990, in Rialto, California, is a true testament to resilience and determination. Raised in a supportive household, Samantha drew in inspiration from her mother's strength during her battles with cancer, which fueled her drive to excel. Samantha's volleyball career began in 2007 during her sophomore year at Carter High School, where her natural talent quickly shined despite starting the sport later than most. She earned a full scholarship to California State University, San Bernardino, where she played from 2008 to 2011. A dominant middle blocker, Samantha earned 3 All-American honors and was twice named the AVCA Division II National Player of the Year in 2010 and 2011. Her achievements led to her induction into the CCAA Hall of Fame, the CSUSB Hall of Fame, and the Carter High School Hall of Fame. After graduating in 2011, Samantha embarked on a 6-year professional volleyball career overseas, playing in countries such as France, Switzerland, and Korea. Her career reached new heights in 2016 when she signed a 6-figure contract in Korea. But life took an unexpected turn when she discovered she was pregnant with twins. Samantha returned to the United States to prepare for motherhood, welcoming her daughters, Andrea and Penelope, on March 17, 2017. Remarkably, despite the demands of new motherhood, Samantha returned to training just weeks after giving birth and secured a contract in 2018 to play in Italy's A2 league. She played a pivotal role in leading her team to a championship and promoting to the A1 league. In 2019, she returned to Italy for a full season, this time bringing her daughters with her, exemplifying her ability to balance professional sports and motherhood. Now, a mother of twin girls and a dedicated teacher in the San Bernardino City Unified School District, Samantha continues to inspire young athletes at Carter High School. Her journey is a powerful reminder that perseverance, support, and an unwavering pursuit of one's goals can overcome any obstacle. Samantha's story is one of triumph over challenges, achieving greatness both on and off the court, and proving that success and motherhood can go hand in hand.
Let's clap it up for Samantha. So come on up, Samantha. Come on, let's get the energy up. Let's get the energy up. Say a few words.
Hi guys. I just want to say thank you guys for putting this event on. When I got the call, I wasn't even aware that the City of Rialto Parks and Rec had this event, and so I was really, really honored. To quote Joe Baca Jr. a little bit, Rialto, I was born and raised here since 1990, and it does make you tough. I will say, being a Hugh Banks, Kolb, and Carter alumni, shout out Wooten, for first four-year graduating class of Carter, it definitely made me the woman that I am today, and then I stayed obviously close to the IE going to San Bernardino. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. Like I'm a very, very proud Rialto citizen. My family still lives in Rialto, and I stay there often, and I'm proud to be here. So I just want to say thank you guys, and go Lions and go Coyotes, and yeah, thank you.
Wow, what an extraordinary story. Let's clap it up for her one more time. Thank you, Samantha, for sharing your story with us and being such an inspiration to all.
Now, let's move on to our next honoree. Our next inductee, Kenneth Dwayne Clark Jr., was born on October 4th, 1995, in San Bernardino, California. From an early age, Kenneth had a passion for sports, driven by parents who instilled in him the values of hard work and determination. At Wilmer Amina Carter High School in Rialto, Kenneth excelled in both football and wrestling, earning all CIF honors and becoming a state champion wrestler during his senior year in 2012. His outstanding high school performance drew nationwide attention, leading him to commit to UCLA, where he played from 2013 to 2015. As a dominant defensive tackle at UCLA, Kenneth earned second-team All-Pac-12 honors in 2014 and first-team All-Pac-12 recognition in 2015, along with third-team All-American honors. In the 2016 NFL Draft, Kenneth was selected by the Green Bay Packers in the first round, 27th overall. He made an immediate impact as a rookie, quickly becoming a key player for the Packers. By 2017, Kenneth had developed into a standout defensive tackle with 55 tackles and 4.5 sacks by season's end. His breakout year in 2018 solidified his reputation, earning him recognition as a Pro Bowl alternate. Despite an elbow injury cutting short his 2019 season, Kenneth's impact remained significant, especially in the 2020 playoffs, where he recorded 1.5 sacks against the Los Angeles Rams in the divisional round. As of January 2024, Kenneth continues to excel in the NFL, earning his third Pro Bowl selection for the 2024 Pro Bowl games, and testament to his dedication, resilience, and commitment to excellence. Kenneth's journey from a high school athlete in Rialto to a three-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle, is an inspiring story of perseverance and hard work. Tonight, We are honored to celebrate Kenneth Clark Jr. and his remarkable achievements. Kenneth's family, please come forward to receive his Hall of Fame frame and custom swag, and feel free to say a few words.
Thank you guys for honoring our son, Kenny. He's been an underdog for a long time in many people's eyes, but I always told him that God is watching and he will allow the right people to see what he does. Kenny is a very giving and loving person, always have been. He loves Rialto, he loves San Bernardino County, period. He will continue to come back here and give his all every year that he can, that God allows him to do so. So my husband and I and our family really appreciate you guys honoring him. And Mayor Robinson, I don't know where she is, but thank you so much. Oh, thank you.
Thank you to Kenneth's family for being here tonight. Your son is truly an inspiration to the community. Let's clap it up for him one more time. All right, so our next honoree is someone whose love for baseball runs very deep. Darren Espinoza. Let's clap it up for him.
Darren Espinoza, born on March 21st, 1966 in San Bernardino, California, grew up immersed in the world of baseball. The youngest of 8 siblings, Darren was raised in the Del Rosa neighborhood, where his family's connection to the sport profoundly shaped his early life. His father, Freddie Espinoza, played for the Redlands St. Mary's CYO and later for the San Francisco Sea Lions in the West Coast Negro League, while his uncle, Harry Munoz Sr., signed with the St. Louis Browns. These stories of perseverance instilled in Darren a deep appreciation for baseball as both a heritage and a pathway forward. Darren's baseball journey continued through Little League and San Gregorio High School, where he earned all league honors. He then played at the San Bernardino Valley College from 1984 to 1986, and the University of Redlands from 1986 to 1988, under the guidance of influential coaches like Stan Sanchez and Ken Miller. While excelling on the field, Darren also pursued academic excellence, earning a bachelor's degree in English literature in 1989 and a master's in curriculum and instruction in 1997. Darren's transition from player to coach was a natural progression, blending his deep knowledge of baseball with a commitment to teaching. Starting in 2000, he embarked on a successful coaching career at Rialto High School, leading teams to back-to-back Citrus Belt League championships in 2002 and 2003, and earning CBL Coach of the Year in 2010. His impact continued at Citrus Valley High School from 2015 to 2018, where he led his team to another CBL title in 2017 and again earned Coach of the Year. Now, head coach at Redlands East Valley since 2022, Darren remains dedicated to shaping young athletes both on and off the field. His coaching philosophy, rooted in accountability, hard work, and a love for the game, has impacted countless students and players. Darren's legacy as a respected coach, educator, and community leader is why we honor him tonight in the Rialto Sports Hall of Fame. Darren, please come forward to receive your Hall of Fame frame and customs bag.
Watch your step.
Thank you so much. Bear with me a little bit because I only get one shot at this. Just want to congratulate Samantha and Kenny and his family and Mike for your induction. And You know, when you're given an opportunity to be a head coach, for me personally, my parents always taught me that you have to prove that you're worthy of it when they give you that chance. And so that was a relentless grind for me every day, is that I wanted to let the people know that you made the right choice. And so that's how I kind of went about every day. And that was above board for me and paramount every day. And I wanted to run a different type of program. I always told our kids, I don't want to be like everybody else. When we're playing games, I want the visiting fans that come and watch us, that only get to see us that one time or maybe two, very rarely, when they leave, I want them to say, boy, those Rialto kids, they really know how to play. And not so much in winning and losing, but the respect for the game, respect for the umpires, respect for your opponents, and respect for each other. And so that's kind of the way I operated. Getting on the bus, tell the bus driver, hello. When you leave, tell her thank you, or him. Little things like that go a long way, because I always felt once I teach it to you, then you better employ it in your life the rest, because you can't say nobody ever told you that that's how you're supposed to treat people. So winning definitely was paramount, but making our kids be better people was even more paramount for me. And then I felt like if I did that, then the winning would take care of itself. Just quickly, I have to go back to like my Little League days, and I have to thank a man, Gil Sines, who was my Little League coach, who always told me it's always about your teammates, it's never about you. My high school coach, Larry Arnold, who taught me how to be a grown man. Stan Sanchez, who taught me how to compete. Ken Miller, for teaching me how to be a better person. He always told me life's always on a green light, and you're running around in green, and sometimes things happen and it turns yellow, and it's your choice to go back to green and not make it red. And he just passed away a couple weeks ago, and I just want him to know I think about that every day. Steve Hernandez, a great coaching colleague, my assistants, especially Frank Jimenez, who's a Rialto guy and a great guy for my entire career. My sisters, who have been unwavering in their support, my wife, my kids, and now my grandkids. Yes, I'm old. And lastly, I have to thank these three people, and they're not here, but you know, my sisters will understand this. I have to thank my brothers. Because when I was born, my siblings were much older than me, so they just said, we're going to the basketball court, or we're going to the football field, and you're going. And I would just have to play with them and their friends, and they would just beat the crap out of me. But I realized like I could play, and I realized I could catch, and I could throw, and I could move, and it gave me confidence. So when I played against kids my own size or my own age, I was like, this is nothing. So without my brothers, none of this ever happens. And lastly, and this is advice to anybody, in life, you can buy anything. You can buy cars and houses and boats and shoes and all that stuff, but it's the beauty of sports is that you can't buy that. The triumph, the winning, a Super Bowl, you gotta earn it. And once you earn it, that victory only gets greater and greater, whereas a shoe will get worn out or a car will get old. The winning of that title or that feeling that you did with your brothers will only get greater and greater. And I always taught that to my players. You can buy anything, but you can't buy that. You gotta earn it. And so lastly, this is truly the last thing, is other than my kids being born and Kirk Gibson's home run 88 World Series, this is the best day of my life, you know, so.
Thank you, Darren, for your dedication to the game, for your dedication to the game and your commitment to our community. All right, let's clap it up for him one more time. And now, we come to our final honoree of the evening, Coach Michael Powell. Let's clap it up for him. I see he got a lot of people in the building. Okay, Coach Mike, I see you. Where you at? Not yet. We still got to read the bio. Go ahead, Maria.
Michael L. Powell was born on July 18, 1954, in San Bernardino, California. and his passion for athletics and education has shaped his life's work. Raised in the Inland Empire, Michael attended Franklin Junior High School and Kolb Junior High School before graduating from Eisenhower High School in 1972. It was during these formative years that his love for sports, particularly track and field, took root. Even while working at the Kaiser Steel Mill in Fontana from 1972 to 1984, Michael remained committed to nurturing young talent through volunteer work with youth track and field clubs. This dedication laid the foundation for his future as a coach. In 1978, Michael began his high school coaching career as an assistant at Eisenhower High School, quickly becoming a key figure in the team's success. After his mentor's retirement in 1981, Michael took over as head coach, leading the team to Citrus Belt League championships in 1982, 1983, 1984, and 1986. Michael's commitment to both athletics and academics led him to earn a bachelor's degree in information systems from the University of Redlands in 1989 and a master's degree in education and health from Azusa Pacific University in 2004. His expertise extended to San Bernardino Valley College, where he served as head track and field coach and associate professor, earning Coach of the Year titles in 2001, 2002, 2004, and 2005. Beyond his coaching accomplishments, Michael's legacy is defined by his community service and dedication to youth development. He played a vital role in initiatives like the Kids in Transition Games, the Sports Fair for Foster Youth, and the Athletes for Life Summer Youth Football Camp. His influence, spanning over 45 years, has impacted countless lives, not only through athletic success, but through mentorship and community leadership, leaving a lasting imprint on the Inland Empire. Coach Powell, your legacy in both athletics and community service has touched so many lives. Please come up, say a few words, and let us capture this special moment with some pictures.
You got them on their feet, Coach.
I heard somebody call me Mikey. Wow. You know, I've been to events like this. I've sat in the audience and I said, if my time ever comes, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that, I'm going to make sure I cover all of these different areas. But once you get here and you look at the crowd, it's like I'm speechless. I mean, it's really truly overwhelming. But I will share some. Wow, I mean, it's truly overwhelming. I'd like to thank a couple people. First of all, the city of Rialto for putting this on, because a lot of effort went into this, and I really appreciate it, as the other inductees certainly appreciates it as well. I'd also like to acknowledge a very special person, my mother, Charlene Wesley, over here. And really want to thank her for her patience. See, my goal, I had the same goal as a lot of young, not athletes, but a lot of young kids growing up, and they want to be athletes. I used to cut out pictures out of magazines, and you know, those are the type of, I wanted to be that athlete. So I pasted those pictures on the wall in my bedroom, and I just had them plastered all over and thought, okay, well, someday I'm going to be there. And I'd go out and I'd work out and everything, trying to prepare for that athletic future. And I'd injure something, pull a hamstring. I have probably the world record for pulled hamstrings, and several other injuries as well. But I'd come home, and Mom would kind of look at me, and she would just kind of say, you know, somebody has to coach the athletes. And I would think to myself, well, somebody will, but it's not going to be me. I got other plans. And then I'd go out, try it again, another injury, and she'd remind me, it's not so bad being a coach. You know, you can coach some athletes. You won't get hurt or anything like that. And yeah, somebody will, Mom. Won't be me though. I also like to thank my wife. Couldn't be here today, but she reminded me that on my office, when I was coaching at San Bernardino Valley College, I had a poster on the wall, and that poster listed the 21 suggestions for success. You follow those suggestions, and it's nothing I wrote. I actually copied it and made a big poster and put it in my office for all my athletes to see. And the most important suggestion was the very first one. And that first one was marry the right person, and that one act will determine 90% of your happiness or misery. And I am proud to say that I got number one right. And for those of you that know her, knows that she would be here and greeting everybody with a smile. I mean, she is that type person. And when you do talk to her, let her know that I did mention number one to everyone, and everyone agrees. I'd also like to thank her aunt, came all the way in from Louisiana. Where's Aunt Lily? Oh, okay, they're back there on that table. Came in from Louisiana to help us care for my wife, and also her cousin Georgia that came from the state of Washington, waving to the crowd there. And my sons also came in from Portland and also from Vancouver, Washington. And trying to hide in the corner, my daughter Felicia and my granddaughter Nelani. She's trying to hide behind her phone, but she's over there. And getting to the actual coaching, there are so many coaches that had an influence on me. Most importantly, Coach Malady. When I transitioned from coaching youth athletes, Coach Malady had me join his track and field program at Eisenhower High School. He was a mentor to me, even though he will deny it, but I watched and I listened and I learned how to handle high school athletics. And I thank him so much for his impact on me. Also, there are a number of coaches that worked with me, and it was just, an absolute pleasure, and I'll just mention some names here. Sam Harris was one of my assistant coaches, and he is there. Carl Brazelton couldn't be here today. Greg Gray is somewhere, oh, okay, Greg is in the back. Also, Rick Bethany, he's taking photos back there. Now the thing with Rick, he's a Army veteran. He was also part of the enemy. He went to Fontana High. I was at Eisenhower, and we had some battles. Man, I mean, they were some epic battles that Fontana and Eisenhower had. You had one high school in Fontana, one high school in Rialto, and when those track teams got together, I mean, the times that they posted were just incredible. And number of the some of the members of those track teams are actually on the board. Those Asuma twins and Ray Harris, Ronnie Harris, who is a '96 Olympian. He's trying to hide behind his wife there, but you know. Had the pleasure of working with some really outstanding individuals. Shanice Stewart's got her head down. She's trying to hide, but she's on the board also. She was a heptathlete. She did 7 events and was ranked nationally at the JC level. But she was a pleasure to coach. And I must admit, and I'll go briefly, that I actually did leave coaching for a brief moment, but I always missed it. But while I was away and did the corporate thing, I would still get calls from a family friend, and he's back there with his wife Tanya, Mr. William Butch Geiger. He was a coach at San Bernardino High. And the time I was away from track and field, I was actually traveling 75 to 80 miles into Torrance, Hawthorne area from San Bernardino, and it kind of wore me out, and I just had to get back. The company I worked for made them a lot of money, and I was handsomely rewarded. They gave thousands of dollar bonuses, and I actually won a trip to Spain. I didn't take the trip because I had to get back to the Inland Empire, and I think what really prompted that was when I was supposed to I was on my way to New York to sell software for the company, and while I was sitting there, a team came walking in, or in the airport and in the terminal. They came walking in, and I'm looking at the team, and I had flashbacks. I'm thinking, I should be doing that. Instead of selling these products, I should be with a team somewhere. And I thought about my team, and it's like, I got to get back to the IE. I got to get back. And as they were walking through, it just reminded me of so many of my team members that I had coached over the years. So I eventually got back to the area, and I no longer was making that corporate salary, but I was actually getting more. I was back home with my family, got off the freeway, and the rewards in doing what I truly enjoyed doing, the rewards came. And as you can tell by the response when they called my name, it lets you see that when you're fortunate enough to answer that call, your true calling, when you're fortunate enough to be like me and have coached for some 40, 45 years at least, the rewards will come. And I'd like to just thank everyone for allowing me to be that somebody that my mom mentioned, and be that somebody that was able to coach the athletes. I mean, it is truly an honor to be before you and to be honored by people that actually know me, that have been around me for years and years. And I mean, I just can't tell you just how happy I am to be honored today by the city that I've lived in for years. So thank you for the award, and thank you.
A little louder, a little louder. Let me help you get down with that. Wow. Thank you, Coach Powell, for everything that you have done for our community. Thank you. Let's clap it up for him again. I'm not sure how many rules he said he has posted up in his office, but the one that caught my attention when he said about the wife thing, that's gonna stick with me. I'm gonna think about that because that is true. I mean, who you pick is gonna be your happiness. So, thank you, Coach Powell, for that free game. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Matter of fact, let's clap it up for all the honorees one more time. All right, next, I would like to invite Cynthia, our Parks and Recreation Director, to the stage. Cynthia will be recognizing some of our special volunteer coaches who have gone above and beyond their service in our community. Let's clap it up for Cynthia. Where's Cynthia at? Oh, she snuck up here on me.
All right, so tonight I have the honor of recognizing a truly exceptional group of individuals who make a tremendous impact on our community. Our volunteer coaches for the volleyball and basketball programs. These coaches, they don't just show up for practice and games. They are mentors, role models, and leaders. They dedicate their time, energy, and passion to ensure that young athletes not only learn the skills of the game, but also value the teamwork, discipline, and perseverance. Our programs thrive because of their commitment. Week after week, they are there encouraging, teaching, and inspiring. They create an environment where our youth can grow both on and off the court, and for that we are deeply grateful. So we're gonna do an exercise together before I read out the names. So I'm gonna say Darius, and you're gonna do a clap. After every name that I read, we're gonna clap. That way we are not here until 9 p.m. before we can eat our dinner, because I know you guys are hungry. So, Darius. All right, good job. Okay, here we go. Are you guys ready for the names? Yes, we're ready, warmed up? All right, Antoine Moore, John Gray, Emmett Gillard, Devin Gillard, Timothy Frost, Renee Williams, Jim Davis, Joseph Poole, Dylan Snell, Gerald Corbin, Terry Thompson, Rashid Hornsford, sorry. We were going, and I messed it up. Kenji Wantambi, Raylan Frost, Evan Jimenez, Matthew Hudson, Leonel Mondragon, Williams Ariola, Kiera Reed, Edward Gutierrez, Ajayla Pugh, Jorge Morales, Jessica Calderon Huerta, Angela Perez, Edilberto Lopez, Evan Dunn, Trevor Macklin, Alex Vega, Adelise Valdor, Adrian Macias, Juan Camarena, Julio Rodas, Angeles Rodas, Mariah Tony, Marshall Bass, and Hector Pena. Shout out to all of our volunteer coaches.
Let's give it up for Cynthia one more time. Big shout out to Cynthia and her team. They're the one that puts all this together, so thank you to them. And congratulations to all our outstanding volunteer coaches. Your dedication is truly appreciated. Okay, now I would like to call up Commissioner Morrison from the Recreation and Parks Commission. Commissioner Morrison will acknowledge and thank our event supporters without whom this event would not have been possible. So Commissioner Morris, let's give her a round of applause.
Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and what a night, what an evening it was. We learned a lot this afternoon, if you didn't know already. You learned a lot about some folks that will be honored for the future, for our young folks to come in and they play in this very area and they'll be able to see up there. So thank you all for coming out and sharing the evening with us tonight. Our special thanks go to our mayor, Ms. Deborah Robertson, Mayor Robertson, Mayor Pro Tem Andy Carsalis, Council Member Ed Scott, Council Member Trujillo, Council Member Baca, Ms. Barbara McGee, City Clerk, and Edward Carrillo, our City Treasurer. On behalf of Parks and Recreation, I also give you my thanks from our commission, which right now, if you are interested, anyone out there who's interested, we are down a few members and we would love to have anyone come and support us. We do quite a lot of work out there, and this is something that they didn't ask me to share, but I wanted you to know that we do have people that come, and we do a lot of what the activities that you have around the city. And if you don't know about the city, and we have a bulletin that you can share, please come out and join us. If you're at all interested in some of the activities that Rialto has to present, we would love to have you come and share with us. We only meet once a month for about an hour and a half, okay? Thank you so much again.
Let's clap it up one more time for Commissioner Morrison. Thank you, thank you. All right, before we finish the ceremony, I want to invite all our dignitaries to share a few words with tonight's honorees. So our dignitaries are Ms. Barbara McGee. We have Mayor Deborah Robertson here. We have Council Member Baca Sr. I would like to invite all you guys up to say a few words to our honorees, please.
Okay, everyone, good evening. While everyone's taking pictures and all of the coaches and all of the four that we've acknowledged, I just want to say thank you guys for coming out and supporting this. This is very important to make sure we honor our own. And so I'm excited, happy. It should not have taken as long to get, somebody said, well, is Kenny going to be there? I said, no, I think he's got a game tomorrow, so he can't make it. Oh, he played in Brazil last night. But anyway, on behalf of the city of Rialto, as I think most of you know, Mayor Robertson, I just really am happy and excited. And the fact that we have coaches and we have the young lady that I had not met, volleyball, I'm excited about it. I want to give a special shout out, and please give a round of applause to Miss Cynthia Alvarado, our Community Service and Park and Rec Director, and her team for putting these things on without us having to interfere with how they lay it out. It always comes off bad. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Robertson. Now we have Council Member Baca Sr. Let's clap it up for him.
Well, thank you very much. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all of those that were inducted today into the Hall of Fame. I also want to say to all of the friends and relatives that are here, thank you very much for supporting them. I think it's quite an honor when someone gets selected to be a Hall of Famer. It's something that doesn't happen every night or every day or every year. But for those individuals that were inducted today, it's quite an honor for them. You heard a lot about their backgrounds or where they come from. It's important to remember them because their names are going to go onto the wall out here. So anybody who comes to the city of Rialto will always see it. And I also want to thank my son, Joe Baca Jr., because he's the one that originally started the Hall of Fame out here for the city of Rialto. Because we have a lot of good athletes, and a lot of them don't get recognized. These were very fortunate they got recognized here today, so I want to say congratulations to them, and I hope that they can keep coming back and motivating others to give all that they want. And I know what it's like to be an athlete. I played a lot of ball myself, college ball as well, professional softball, semi-pro, and then also I got inducted into the Hall of Fame back in Washington, D.C. as a pitcher, playing back there. And I know that some of the people from Louisiana that were here, because I played with Richmond in that area. He was a good friend of mine as well. But again, I want to say congratulations to all of the athletes and to you for coming out and supporting. Let's continue to support Rialto. And I want to thank the Parks and Recreation Director, Cynthia Alvarado Crawford, for putting this on and carrying the same tradition that we've done in the past. Again, thank you for coming. Let's enjoy, let's be safe, and let's thank the Lord, because the Lord has given us a day to be here today and a day every day. Thank you, dear Lord.
As we come to the end of this wonderful celebration, I want to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who has joined us tonight. To our honorees, thank you for your inspiring stories and setting such a high standard of excellence in our community. To our guests, thank you for your continued support of the Rialto's Parks and Recreation Community Service Department. Let's continue to celebrate, share stories, and enjoy each other's company. Thank you, guys.